Another mode of operation of 555 timer is monostable multivibrator. A monostable multivibrator, often called a one-shot multivibrator. It is a pulse generator in which the duration of the pulse is determined by the RC network. See, compared to your astable multivibrator, we were having two resistors and one capacitor. But from the pin number 7 threshold to VCC, we have one resistor RA. Between 7 and 6, one more resistor is there, RB, for astable multivibrator. But here, that one is not there, we are shorting that. And pin number 2, there was no trigger for astable multivibrator. Pin number 2 was shorted with 6. But here, pin number 2, we have to apply a trigger signal. See, as the name suggests, it is monostable. That means only one stable state. And mono means one. So, single stable state. For astable multivibrator, actually it is a free running oscillator. There were no stable state at all, because if the output is at 0, automatically after the design time of depending on resistor RB and C, it will automatically shift to high or high level, and after design time it is automatically going to the low level for an astable multivibrator. But for a monostable multivibrator, if the signal is at high level, after certain time it is automatically going to the low level. But if it is in the low level, that is a stable state, it will not go back to high level unless and until we are not applied a trigger. If you applied a trigger signal, only it will trigger to then the high state. That means only one state is stable, the other state is quasi-stable. From high to low it is coming automatically. So that is called quasi-stable state. But low to high means you need a trigger to change from its stable state. That is monostable. Astable means there is no stable state. Both are quasi-stable state. Monostable means there is a single stable state and the other one is a quasi-stable state. Now we'll see the operation of a monostable multivibrator. So operation can be best explained by using the internal diagram of 555 timer like we did in astable multivibrator. So this is the internal diagram of 555 timer with two extra components R and C. See, 3 resistor, that is the resistive network, 2 compactor, 1 SR flip-flop, 1 NPN transistor. This is the output. So this is shown in the square, dashed square, that is the internal diagram of 555 timer. To that we have an external components R and C. As marked in our diagram, it was shown as RA. So I just marking here also as RA. So we can explain the working better by using this internal diagram. So for your understanding, once again I just drawn here the truth wrote here the truth table of SR flip-flop. Now see here, as we can see here, this voltage at the compactor, it is coming after the one resistor 5 ohm. VCC is dividing to that 5 ohm. This voltage I can mark it as 2 by 3 VCC as we told earlier, and the voltage at this terminal after two resistors, it is 1 by 3 VCC. These are the 2 volt reference voltage going to these two compactors. Now let's see how does it work. So first itself, I'm going to assume that your output V out is nothing but it is Q bar. We can see that Q bar we are taking as the V out. So assume initially that Q bar is equal to 1. Q bar is equal to 1. V out or Q bar is equal to 1. That implies that Q is equal to 0. So Q bar is 1. I'm just marking as my output is now high. Now see this transistor I marked it as T1. So Q bar 1 means Q is equal to 0. If Q is equal to 0, that is this is an NPN transistor T1, I can say it as off. So now T1 is off. If T1 is off, this part, this capacitor now will charge to VCC. Now this is the charging path of the capacitor. This capacitor will charge through RA and C. So the capacitor will be charging through RA and C to VCC. Now see here, this capacitor voltage will be connected to the plus terminal of or non-inverting terminal of the comparator. Inverting terminal voltage is fixed, it is 2 by 3 VCC. When the capacitor voltage exceeds or just equal to or just greater than 2 by 3 VCC, the output of this comparator, that is plus terminal voltage is high, output is switches to 1 high. When output is switches to 1, now it is in this condition S equal to 1, R equal to 0, Q will be now turned to 1. So now your Q is, if this S equal to 1 implies that now your Q will be equal to 1. Q equal to 1 means your Q bar will be equal to 0. So when T1 is off, your capacitor will charge. Capacitor will charge through RA. Capacitor will charge through RA. When the capacitor voltage or VC is equal to or just greater than 2 by 3 VCC, your comparator 1 output will be high. That putting the condition S equal to 1, R equal to 0, setting your Q is equal to now 1. S equal to 1 means Q equal to 1. If Q equal to 1 means implies that your Vout should be equal to 0 or Q bar equal to 0. So now your Vout will be coming back to 0. So Vout will be coming back to now 0. Now in 0, it is now in the stable state. We will see how does it, because this is 0 means now I told this is 1. So when T1 is 1 in this condition, so that means now I can write the condition, my Vout is 0, Q is 1, transistor T1 is on. Transistor T1 is on implies that this is acting as a short circuit. So now your capacitor will discharge, and this is the discharging path. This is the way capacitor is discharging. So this is discharging of capacitor, and this is a charging. Okay. So how capacitor is discharging? You don't have a resistor here like your stable multivibrator. So that means discharging is actually a short. So capacitor now will charge to 1 by 3. Capacitor will be charging till 2 by 3 VCC, and after that it's going to discharge. Discharging is not gradual because you don't have a resistor here, it is short. So discharging will be sudden. So you don't have a gradual discharging like that. Now see, after discharging, that means the voltage here goes below 2 by 3 VCC. If it is going below 2 by 3 VCC, this one will now change to again 0. So it is in the condition S equal to 0, R equal to 0. So you don't have a change in your output. Still Q will remain in 1 because it will maintain the previous state as per the SR flip-flop condition. I'll repeat once again. When the capacitor discharges, the voltage across the capacitor will go below 2 by 3 VCC, so that comparator 1 output will go to low or 0. That putting the condition S equal to 0, R equal to 0. So this implies that your comparator output will comparator 1 output will go back to 0 again. So putting the condition S equal to 0, R equal to 0, so your Q no change. No change means it will remain the same one. Same one. So now that means your output is still in the 0. So now how your output can again change to 1, or how again I can change now Q back to 0? For that we need to apply a trigger pulse over here. See, look at the second comparator. Again, if you want to make Q equal to 0 means you have to put reset should be equal to 1. Reset should be equal to 1 means I have to apply a trigger at the negative terminal of comparator should be less than 1 by 3 VCC. Then only I can get here output of comparator 2 high, putting set reset equal to 1, making Q equal to 0 or V out equal to 1. So for that I need to apply a trigger. Remember, the trigger value should go below 1 by 3 VCC. So I need to apply here trigger here, a negative going trigger. A negative going trigger I need to apply here. It should be a simple pulse. It is a VCC, say 0 volt. So when it is coming down to and becoming less than 1 by 3 VCC, this comparator 2 output 1 by 3, this plus terminal output will be more than this, so it will be putting to 1. So when I apply the trigger voltage, so I am applying a trigger pulse. It is a voltage like this is VCC 0. VCC 0 volt. A trigger pulse if I apply, my comparator 2 output become high. Comparator 2 output will be high. Comparator 2 output will be high means it leads to the condition S equal to 0, R equal to 1. Putting your Q makes to 0. Q makes to 0. So that implies that your Q will go to 0. When Q is going to 0, that means if Q is going to 0, that means that your output is going to be 1. So Q is 0 implies that your output is now go back to 1 again. Now if it is 1, then this transistor will be on, again capacitor will charge. After the charging, if it voltage exceeds 2 by 3 VCC, this will be 1, set 1, Q will be 1, Q bar will be. So automatically after the time Q bar will be going to 0. So from 1 to 0 transition is automatic, but from 0 to 1 you need a trigger pulse. So simply it will not go. So here I need to apply a trigger pulse. So this is the trigger I am going to apply. So the trigger pulse is something, it is there in VCC. At this particular moment it should come down for a small duration. Again it will go back to VCC. This time only your output will be 1. So if again I am providing another trigger, say depending on what time I am providing trigger, that time only my output will be now high. So here if I am providing again a trigger pulse for a small duration, again my output will go to high state. So as it is going high, capacitor will charge to 2 by 3 VCC. Discharging will be sharp. You don't have any time for discharging. Only the charging it will gradual. It includes RA. So the charging time or on time is called TP, TO